Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony Thompson. U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett was one of many to speak out against President Donald Trump pausing federal grants and loans. Trump's proposed freeze threatens a variety of programs that benefit everyday Americans that depend on federal funding. Now, news of Trump's freeze would cause a widespread confusion as no one has been able to identify exactly what programs and organizations will be affected. The freeze was set to take place on Tuesday at 5 p.m. However, a federal judge would temporarily block the freeze. In a news release addressing the issue, Crockett would say, "With the flick of a pen, Donald Trump has unleashed a constitutional crisis that could cut off funding for hundreds of government programs that millions of Americans depend on, including funding for schools, hospitals, law enforcement, emergency responders, food assistance, and more." According to the Dallas Morning News, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt would explain the freeze reflects Trump's campaign promise to limit federal spending to ensure every penny spent is aligned with his executive actions. Leavitt would go on to say, "So what does this pause mean? It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for the green new scam that has cost American taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies." So, despite Leavitt's explanation, which most likely includes the removal of funds for programs that the left considers wokeness, Crockett says the freeze could lead to a risk to important programs. Make no mistake, this is the point of no return for our country. If Donald Trump is allowed to seize Congress's constitutionally granted spending power and unilaterally dictate which parts of our government get funded and which do not, there will be no checks and balances on his power and no co-equal branches of government. After hearing this, Crockett, as well as more than 150 other House Democrats, sent a letter to the White House on Tuesday, claiming that Leavitt's explanation provided little clarity while asking Trump to make a public list of affected programs. Now, Crockett would take things a step further by going off on Donald Trump and his policies on her own social media X page. There, Crockett would say, "If this is what MAGA mandate looks like, then as I've stated before, Christianity ain't the foundation of it, but cruelty and chaos are. Forsake, though, Project 2025 said they would mess with Head Start. No one listened. I'm gonna have my staff find footage of me warning of this. And these dumb people literally moved in and breaking all of our good stuff in real time. If this ain't some Beverly Hillbilly billionaire bullcrap, I don't know what is." Furthermore, during a press conference, Crockett would encourage the Democratic Party to stick together and avoid any unnecessary division the Republican Party has already started to cause.
What we've got to do is make sure that, number one, we're not allowing people to divide us, because I will be honest, we were divided in this election about trans folk. And then Democrats started falling apart about trans folk because they felt as if it was seeping through. But if you allow them to divide us over trans rights, then they can divide us over immigration, which they did that as well. It never was just about black people. It's the exact same people that they're pointing fingers at and that they went after. And so I am encouraging everyone to stand together.
So, what do you guys think about Jasmine Crockett's response to Trump putting a pause on federal spending and her request for a public list of affected programs? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing right here to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell and select all so you receive notifications to all of our content and not just some. Check out Hypers Club for all your cool and original merchandise and content. And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this story, send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony Thompson.